Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my market wrap up for Tuesday, November 29th, 2016. This was a fairly, what I would call buy the rumors, sell the news kind of day, although we didn't go down. We also didn't go up that much either. The GDP number came out. We rose to 3.2%, the highest in 2 years. Gross domestic product growth wise, it's looking good. Um, Looking good. I'm just a little suspect when they do the upward revision, as this was, um, what they revised upward. And I asked that question, even though they listed, I'm still not too personally sure why is there a need for revisions in the first place. Also, the consumer confidence number came out, rose to 107.1, its highest level in about 2 years as well. And consumer confidence is just a gauge of how well the consumers think how well off they are. And any number over 100 is a positive number. So the Dow Jones Industrial Average closed up 22.70 points, or up 0.12%. So it was a small move, all things considered. There was some volatility there, and not massive at all by no stretch. It seems like the market have already priced it in, so everything is already set to go. And as far as that's concerned, people already made their bets, so to speak, ahead of time. So it was just a very, very quiet day. Let's look at some other indices, shall we? The Nasdaq Composite closed up 11.11 to 5379.92, or up 0.21%. The S&P 500 closed up 2.94 points to 2204.66, up 0.13%. The small cap Russell 2000 closed down 1.61 points to 1328.22, down 0.12%. So small caps are again lagging the overall market as they were rallying previously. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 closed down 49.85 points to 18,307.04, or down 0.27%. Over in Europe, in England, the FTSE 100 closed down 27.47 points, down 0.40% to 67.72 even. Looking at some other indices, the Nasdaq 100 triple Qs closed up 4873.21, up 16.19 points, or up 0.33%. The S&P Mid-Cap 400 closed up 2.43 points to 1631.11, or up 0.15%. The Small Cap 600 Index closed down 0.68 points, or 0.08%, to 814.42. The NYSE Composite closed up 9.06 points to 10,817.70, or up 0.08%. Looking at the XAU, the Gold and Silver Index closed down 0.81 to 80.88, or down 0.99%. Looking at the SOX, the Semiconductor Index closed down 2 points to 885.25, or down 0.23%. Looking at the VIX, the Volatility Index closed down 0.25 points to 12.90, or down 1.90%. Looking at the market internals for today, volume was pretty much on normal for a given day. Looked good. The advanced decline line was just about flattish, obviously as indicated by the market move that we saw. Looking at total volume today on the NYSE, total volume 3.7 billion shares traded, of which 1.46 billion shares advancing, 2.145 billion shares declining, and 94 million shares unchanged. Looking at the NASDAQ stock market, 1.79 billion shares traded, of which 931 million shares were advancing, 831 million shares were declining, and 28.5 million shares were unchanged. Looking at the NYSE market, or known as the Amex, total share volume, 98 million shares, of which 31 million shares were advancing, 64 million shares were declining, and 2.2 million shares were unchanged. Looking at market breadth in further detail, on the NYSE, 1,469 issues were advancing, 1,552 were declining, and 102 issues unchanged. Over on the NASDAQ stock market, 1,371 issues advancing, 1,436 declining, and 167 issues unchanged. Over at the NYSE market, 136 issues advancing, 184 declining, and 21 unchanged. Issues at a new week high, or 52-week high. On the NYSE, 134 issues at a new 52-week high, and 27 at a new 52-week low. Over on the NASDAQ, 199 issues at a new 52-week high, 35 at a new 52-week low. And on the NYSE market, 8 at a 52-week high, 6 at a 52-week low. Whoo, a lot of numbers there, man. Whoa, boy. Sometimes I tell you, I get a little dizzy. But I do it out of passion. This is, something I love. And that's today's market wrap for today, November 29th, 2016. GDP came out better than expected. Consumer confidence came out better than expected. But the market was flat. What does that tell you? It was already priced in. I was expecting a little more volatility if GDP came in greater, because it would institute a much steeper rate hike. I think, not necessarily in December. But I think that because the numbers are coming out a little bit firmer than expected, I do think you might see a little bit more prolonged of an interest rate rise. That said, I forgot to mention, and I will mention now, the 10-year bond, basically flat, 0.30 seconds, no gain or loss. Yield to maturity, 2.293% as well. So, but again, I can see interest rates rising a little bit faster than expected as far as what's anticipated. I'm expecting at the next Fed meeting later in December, 25 basis points at least, and might be a good thing. A little bit of normalcy is a good thing. Well, I thank you for listening. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share to my channel. And please, if you can, I know it's asking a lot for some people, if you could please support me on Patreon, I would appreciate it. Links in the description. And I want to close this broadcast as well by saying this. Please don't give up on your dreams. Fight and persevere. Because, some people say, oh, it's just a dream. It can be reality. You might not necessarily get there the first try. You might not get there on the straightest shot. But maybe you have to go around the obstacle to get to your dream. Keep fighting. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.